Hi friends! Today I want to talk about the apps that we have on the iPad for my 5-year-old and which ones are our favorites and why. So today I wanted to talk about safe apps for my kiddo. There's a ton of apps out there, and I'm just going to start off by saying I'm sure there's way more, and actually if you know of more, please leave them in the comments because we're always looking for safe apps for our little to use, or our big I should say. But I wanted to talk about the ones that we have today. So this is her iPad, and it was mine, and then I got a smaller one, so this one has been gifted to her, which she is very excited about. But I wanted to talk about some of the apps that we use and which ones are her current faves right now, and then which ones are my favorites, and just kind of why we're liking them. Can you tell me what your favorite game is on the iPad that we have?
Let me turn it around, and it's this game.
Okay. What's it called? Is it the Royal Ball?
It's a royal ball.
How come you like it?
Because it has a dress, and you can dress it up with anything you want.
So I'm going to start off. We'll do a screenshot here so you can kind of see what each one of the apps looks like. But I want to start off with her all-time favorite, so far anyway, for the past 6 months or so, is something called Disney Royal Ball. And you get to it's a princess, and you get to get dressed, and you get to go in the Cinderella, pumpkin carriage. And then the first time I saw her playing this, she was going like this, and I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing with the iPad? Put it down. But you dance with it, so it has you doing dancing and stuff like that. So she really likes that one. Pretty much anything with Disney princesses she really likes. And she also likes to be able to manipulate the app. So if you can put a dress on it, like think back to, now I'm going to date myself here, think back to paper dolls. I don't know how many of you moms played with paper dolls. I did, and I loved them, but kind of think back to paper dolls, except it's on the iPad. And so you can put dresses on them and put bows in their hair and all kinds of stuff like that. So she's got the Disney Royal Ball, and then she also has Disney's Princess Story. Now both of these are free apps, because I will be the first to admit that if it's a good app, I will pay top dollar because it will keep my child occupied, especially on an airplane or a long car ride, or at a time frame when I need her to sit down, be quiet, and I don't necessarily have Wi-Fi. So I will pay good money for a good app, but there's also some really great free ones. So these Disney ones have been free, which is awesome. The next one I want to talk about is actually one that her grandma found for her, and it's a Hello Kitty nail salon. I held out as long as I could on purchasing the special glitter nail polish, but we went on a trip and she asked if she could have that one, and so we got that one. And it's just, you can paint the nails, and you can pick the skin tone, and you can pick if you want to have jewels on it, or if you want to have stickers, or pretty much anything. And the best part is there's no nail polish spill, because the last time I let her paint my nails, there's some spillage a little bit. So she likes the Hello Kitty nail salon. Another one that I wanted to talk about is the Bible for Kids, and this is a free app, and it's actually really, really great. It's one of my favorites, and she likes it too. So they have made it interesting enough that it will hold a 5-year-old's attention. And one of the things that I've noticed is, at least maybe when I was younger or in middle school, it's almost like the Bible stuff was it wasn't as advanced, I guess, as it is now, and I feel like it wasn't quite as interesting. And granted, we didn't have iPads, so maybe that's the whole point. But I always felt like it was kind of, the Bible characters were kind of cheesy, and I don't know. And now, forgive me, I'm talking about aesthetics. What she's learning is obviously the most important, but I'm going to be the first to say that if it doesn't look good, and if it's not fun, and if it's not interactive, she's not interested, and I think that's the way for most kids. So anyway, the Bible Story for Kids, it'll read to you, and there's the stories, and you can download however many you want them to read, and you can manipulate. And so anyways, that's a free app as well, and I think it's really well done. I've got a bunch on here, and I'm probably not going to talk about all of them. We have a strawberry shortcake bake shop, which you have to tilt the iPad to pour the milk, and so again, interactive, something that she really likes. And we have downloaded a couple as far as like educational. I haven't delved too far into the educational stuff because I want it to be fun, because typically when she's allowed to have this is when we're in the car or when we're on the airplane or something along those lines. So if it can be fun and then educational, that's great. And if it's equally both, great. But we have downloaded, there's something called Busy Shapes, and it's just, you know, manipulating a little circle over to the circular hole that you drop it in. So it's kind of the spatial thing, and she enjoys it, and the levels go all the way up. So little younger kids can get it, and I've noticed that as she's gotten older, her levels have gotten higher. And it's problem solving, and how do I get this little cube into this cube over here that's covered by a log? And so anyway, Busy Shapes. I've thought that one was pretty neat for a while. Then I'm just going to name off a couple more that we have on here. We have Minnie's Home Makeover, which is getting to paint and nail and, you know, do all this stuff to a home, and then you get to decorate it. We have a Curious George Shapes, which is pretty cool as well. She used to be really into Curious George, which is where that one came from. That's a good one. We have Peppa Paint Box. We have Mini Puzzles. She also really likes puzzles, and this is a good one because you can do easy, medium, or hard. And so that's kind of helped her enjoy puzzles. And actually, that started her enjoying puzzles in real time. So she has a really huge collection of puzzles in her room, and she loves puzzles, which is great. I think that's awesome. We've got something called Pazingo, and that's another puzzle type thing. The sound is awesome, so if you can get past that, cool. I turn it down usually. And then lastly, we've got Disney Palace Pets, and that's another one that you can, it has in-app purchases. That's one thing I'm going to caution you about, mamas and daddies, is in-app purchases. Be really careful that whatever device they're using, if they're using yours, you might want to turn off the in-app purchase ability, because they program it where it's like, push here for the thing that you want, and then right next to it is push here for in-app purchase. And some of them have safeguards where it'll say this is meant for an adult, you know, you need an adult's help, what's 4 times 6? But some of them don't do that, and it just takes you to the app store and it's purchasing, and they're getting better. But I'm just going to offer a word of caution that you make sure that whatever you're playing, that the in-app purchases, you have to ask for a password. Otherwise, you might be sad and have a lot of awesome apps on your phone. So those are just some of the favorites that we have. And actually, really, those keep her busy. Those will keep her busy for pretty much as long as I would let her have the iPad. I feel comfortable with each one of these. There's 2 more on here that I haven't talked about. There's the PBS video, and then there's Netflix. But those are obviously not apps, and if you're interested in them, they're movies, and you can kind of check those out separately. But these are the ones that we love, and yeah, I feel comfortable letting her do this without me sitting over her shoulder wondering what she's going to be watching or playing or manipulating. But like I said at the beginning of the video, do you have suggestions? Please leave them in the comments. I would love to know what you're letting your 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old do as far as apps go. But that's it. Thanks so much, guys, for watching, and happy app hunting. If you like our video, please click like. We would love to have you join us as a subscriber as well. We've got over 60 videos of just mama stuff, baby stuff, kids stuff, family stuff, really. That's kind of what we're all about. We have a blog. It's familylifeandlove.org. And we also have a Facebook page. It's the KT Files. We would love to have you join us on one of those mediums on our journey. We upload a video every week. Yeah, that's it, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and take care.